So welcome to this atmosphere sky training and comparison. So it will take about 20 to 30 minutes. At the end of the session, I will open for Q&A. Okay. So I think for us to sell anything, put in mind, number one, the customer must need the item. So we want to sell the benefit to them. Why do they need the item? And number two, of course, they must be able to afford it. If they need it, but they cannot afford it, they're not going to take it. So make sure we want to break down the cost until they can accept the cost to justify the benefit, and then they will actually get the items. All right. So the first part will be talking about why do we need an air purifier. So this is the new era that we are living in. Haze coming every year, and another thing that we can tell our prospect is to ask them how is the air quality in your home. Most people will think that actually external air is cleaner as compared to our house, but the research has shown in our house is 2 to 5 times more polluted than external air. So because the air is trapped, right? So just look at your room. Let's say if you clean your room regularly, but you still see a lot of dust in your room regularly. So this is the reason because we are bringing dust from outside. Imagine when you're outside, the dust will actually, it's very small particle, it will stick on your clothes. And when you come back to your room, then it will actually bring your dust, go back into your room, right? And what are the other particles and what are the other pollutants in our house? Actually, there are many different things. You can see particles like pollen, dust, dirt. If you have pets in your house or other biological contaminants, the most common one is dust mite. Viruses is something that we worry about, and gases and other. So I would like to show you one video to raise the awareness about dust mite, because many of us, we don't have the idea about what is dust mite all about. So this is a very good video that we can show to our prospect.
などの微粒子を特殊なカメラで映し出そうというのです。塵や埃を完全シャットアウトしたクリーンルームに川島さんからお借りした布団を運び込む。寝る時の動きを再現します。果たしてこちらが特殊カメラの映像。布団をした動きだけで一気に胞子を含む微粒子が舞い上がりました。すごいです。布団に入ってもそれは漂い続け、寝返りを打つとさらに舞い上がります。鼻のあたりを見てください。たくさんの微粒子が体内へ。そう、寝ている間でもかなりのカビの胞子を吸い込むことがよくわかります。ではどうすれば布団のカビを
So for some of you who are watching this video for the first time, I don't know how you feel, because we are sleeping with this dust mite day in and day out. The time when you fold your blanket, the time when you lay down on your mattress, these are all happening in our room. Right? So why do we need an air purifier? Is to improve indoor air quality, reduce allergens, pet standards and pollen, and also to reduce airborne odor. And maybe in the past, we say those who have an air purifier in their house is like a luxury item. But I would say that now it's necessary for every household to equip with one or even up to every room got 1 unit of air purifier. It's something necessary already, right? So, and you also know, let's say if you breathe in something polluted air, the first thing that our body will have to respond is to actually to burst in. Burst in is to sneeze, because these are the big particles. And if they are very tiny, if they are very small, it can go deep into our breathing system. And it can go into our small bronchioles or alveolus, the small particles. It will go deep into our breathing system. So this will cause a lot of respiratory problems. All right. And this is a very good picture to show our prospect. Imagine this is the brand new Hepa filter. This is the one that used for 5 years already. And if you zoom in, you can see a lot of fine particles. So these are being trapped in the atmosphere sky unit. If we don't use an air purifier, these particles are in our room, just that our eye cannot see. So we are breathing in and we are actually filtering with our lungs. So I will tell my prospect, my customer, actually there are more than 10 suppliers selling air purifier, and they are all not the same. So in terms of different technology of filtration and in front of the effective area of filtration, the rate they do the filtration, the type of contaminants that this unit can remove, and also important about the maintenance after sales, right? So let me show you a video about how our atmosphere air purifier works.
Every breath is essential, clean, pure, uncompromising. Even when threatened, invisible impurities invade, colonize, and corrupt our air. If only every breath could be protected. Now, it can be. This is Atmosphere Sky, fully connected, always alert. Sky defends against the unseen threats, removing the smallest impurities and slightest odors. Powerful, energy efficient. Sky is more than a filter. It's a gatekeeper, providing purified air refined for life, so you can breathe as you were born to. Atmosphere Sky, air without compromise.
So this air purifier is able to trap everything from very, very fine particles and able to remove the odors. All right. And if you go around to do a market research, I will encourage every one of you, if you want to be an expert in retailing this air purifier, I must ask you to do some survey to compare some of the famous brands in the market, and then to identify the one that you think is the best one. Atmosphere Sky is world #1 selling brand of air purifier. So there must be a reason how come our air purifier outsell the other brands. So when you go to shopping mall, if you happen to see Corway, Coco, or any other brand promoting the air purifier, just be curious. Ask them for information. Ask them for comparison. And most important, ask them to open up their unit and let you touch and feel their filters. This is the most important thing. Because our atmosphere air purifier actually go through 3 stages filtration. The pre-filter, filter off those big particles like our hair particles, pet standards, and dust. And then the second layer is the Hepa filter. Hepa filter is able to reduce everything down to 0.0027 microns. Very, very, very small. Even viruses and bacteria is able to remove. And the third layer is the carbon filter, which effectively remove odors and radioactive decays product. So when you go around to do shopping, everybody tell you they have the same 3 stages filtration. Some company they even have more than 3 stages. Like Coco, they have 6 layers, 6 layer of filtration. So if you doesn't know about the detail, if you don't compare, then you will think that 6 is better than 3. Is it really true? So let's look at this comparison. Diamond is a Singapore brand. It has 3 layers, pre-filter, Hepa filter, and they have an odor filter. This is in Atmosphere Sky. Pre-filter, Hepa filter, carbon filter. seems like they are the same. But if you compare side to side, this is the HEPA filter in atmosphere sky, and this small piece here is the one from diamond. So I always say this is like the father and the son. So of course the effectiveness, the types of contaminants that it can filter, and the capacity to do the filtration is different. And this is the carbon filter. Our carbon filter is weight 1.3 kilogram. If we calculate by the dimension, this is about 200 football field, the dimension if you open up. But this is just a small tiny piece of odor filter. So you can see it's a big difference. And this is from Sharp. It's very famous. The price is about 3,000 ringgit. They have a few different models. So if we open up, it also looks like the same. One pre-filter, they have a one HEPA filter, they have one carbon filter, odor filter. But if you compare side to side, this is side to side, this is side to side, you can see this is very thick, very big piece. This is a tiny piece only. And I mentioned just now, this is 1.3 kilogram. This is not even 100 gram. All right, and this is from Corway. So Corway is our #1 competitor. All right, and you can see here also got 3 layer. Amway also got 3 layer. Okay, so if you compare, this is a HEPA filter. This is Amway HEPA filter, Corway HEPA filter. If we compare the thickness, you can see it's a big difference. And if you compare the size and the thickness, of course there's different. So this is our HEPA filter. If you open up,
Atmosphere Skyline.
It's 9.7 meter long. 9.6 meter.
In atmosphere sky, 9.6 meter HEPA filter is concentrated in this small space.
So this is the capacity of the filter. Our HEPA filter, if you use it for 10 hours a day, it can last you about 5 years. So maybe if you are using any other brand, which is a very small in size, it can only last you 1 year. That's why they are selling at a cheaper price. All right. So the first one is the atmosphere sky. The second one is Corway. And the third one is Kuku, the HEPA filter. So you always get what you pay for. Okay. And this is to compare the effectiveness. This is a Corway model, the storm model. This is atmosphere sky. So you can see that they purposely put the dirty air and see how fast the unit can remove the air. So this is in Corway. You can see that it can remove the dirty air, but it takes a longer time. It can remove, but it's very slow. But whereas you can see in atmosphere sky, the effectiveness is very fast. Immediately you see the dirty air is gone. So again, I would like to stress, there are many different brands, many different models. They are all not the same. All right. And for one filter to be classified as HEPA filter, as long as they pass the criteria of having the size of 0.3 micron, they are categorized as HEPA filter. But Amway HEPA filter is known as true HEPA because our size is 0.0027 micron. So this is 125 times smaller than the ordinary HEPA filter in the market. From Sharp, from Corway, from Kuko, from Daikin, from Panasonic, all the other brands in the market. So why is it so important to have a true HEPA as compared to normal HEPA? It's because the normal HEPA is able to remove contaminants such as bacteria, but it's unable to remove viruses. Especially now during coronavirus, I think we are very worried. We are worried about influenza, we're worried about coronavirus. So the ordinary brand like Corway, Kuku, Panasonic, they are unable to remove coronavirus. But whereas for Amway Air Purifier, we are the only model in the entire world that we can show you report, we are able to remove coronavirus. Because when we look at the size, this is the SARS virus, 0.06. This is the H1N1 virus, 0.06. So this size is smaller than 0.06. So I show you a better comparison. the ordinary HEPA filter in the market. This is the ordinary brand, and some brand they are better. Their filter is 0.1 micron. So these are the three model, but Atmosphere Sky is much smaller than the ordinary size. So as you can see here, coronavirus is smaller than these two here. So these two are unable to remove coronavirus. And remember, we are selling story. So whatever benefit that I want to sell to my customer, I need to prove it. I cannot just say it based on my knowledge. So if I say this one can filter viruses, this one can filter coronavirus, this one can filter influenza, where is the proof? You need to prove it. So Amway has conducted scientific studies. They have a 107 pages scientific report, which I can send to all of you. So you can show to your customer. Amway conducted the study to put the unit in the lab, and they actually list out all the different contaminants, like cat denders. The size is 0.4 micron, so it's able to remove 100%. Like bacteria, like fungi, it can remove 100%. But if you look at viruses, the size is very small. Like if you see influenza B, the size is 0.09. So the ordinary 0.3 micron from Kobe, from Sharp, they are unable to remove these viruses. But we have the report to show they can remove. Okay? And what about the third-party certification? So for many people who have eczema, who have allergy, this Air Purifier might be able to help them to reduce the contaminant. Because sometimes for our friends, our family members, they don't know what they are allergic to. And they might tell you they have tried other brands in the market like Sharp, like Kuku, and it's not effective at all. Because maybe that particular model can filter off certain particles that are not causing the allergy reaction. So I would say, if I want to buy one Air Purifier, the one that can reduce the most number of types of contaminants, that is the best unit. So if you look at this third party, allergyuk.org, you can actually try out to go to this link on your handphone, and then you try to...
Sky Lab, Episode 4, British Allergy Foundation.
So this is a UK allergy organization. They actually list out 27 models in the market that can help to reduce allergens, that can help in fighting allergy disorder. So they have listed out all 27 models from all suppliers, and they also list out the price and also the number of contaminants that each and every model can do. So if we look at the list, Atmosphere Sky is the one model that can reduce the most contaminants, which is 97 categories and expanded to 300 over lists.
Atmosphere Sky is certified by the British Allergy Foundation for its ability to reduce 102 allergens from all 19 categories. Let me show you what that means. On the homepage of the British Allergy Foundation, you can filter products through the different categories of certification. Now then, let's filter through each of the 19 categories. The one and only product to have survived all 19. Shall we check? Again, the only product to have been certified by the British Allergy Foundation for reducing 102 allergens from all 19 categories, Atmosphere Sky. Just with quality here, your life can change. Atmosphere Sky.
So if you see here, you can see all other different models. So some of them can remove 1 or 2 categories, some can remove more than 2 or 3 or 5 or 10. But the one that can remove all the 19 different category, 102 allergens, that is Amway Atmosphere. Okay, and let's study about the cost, because I think we must acknowledge that price is very important. Certainly price is important, but I would say price is not everything. Price is one of the things that customers look at after they understand about the value that they're going to get. So let's look at the two major competitors in the market, which is Coway and Kuku. They are very successful because they are having roadshow in every shopping mall that we go to. All right, and they are very successful in doing corporate sales. So let's study about them. So Coway, they have two models. They have 4 or 5 models. But two of the very sellable model, number one is called Lombok 2. So if you buy outright purchase, it's 3,110. If you rent the unit, it's about 104 ringgit per month. So you have 3 options to own the unit. If you outright purchase, you pay 3,001, cover warranty for 1 year. After the 1 year, you have to pay near 600 ringgit for service and to change filter. So if you add up the cost for 5 years, it will cost about 5,003. So this is option number 2. Option number 3, rent to own. You pay 104 ringgit per month. You pay for every month and you pay for 5 years. So during the 5 years, free service, free change of filters. All in, you are paying 6,240. This is a higher model, a better one. It costs 4,240 to pay upfront. If you rent it, it's about 142. So again, option 1, 6,005. Option 3, 8,005. What about Kuku? So Kuku is a newer brand. And like I mentioned, they have 6 layers of filters. But if you happen to go and touch Kuku filter, and then you go and touch Coway filter, you will prefer to buy from Coway because Coway seems to have better quality than Kuku. But if you compare Kuku, Coway, and Amway, if you touch the filter, I am very, very, very sure you will choose Amway. You will choose Amway after comparing these 3 because of the quality, right? So if you compare the price, also the same, rent to own, outright purchase, cost about 5,000, cost about 5,000. Okay, and then the other model, this is a higher end model, cost about 6,000. So what about atmosphere sky? Let's study the cost. Number 1, the electricity cost is almost negligible. If we turn it on at 8 hours per day, at speed 2, this is the amount of money that you spend per day. So in 1 year, it costs about 5 ringgit to operate this atmosphere sky. Operate 8 hours per day. So this unit can use at least for 10 years and above. In my house, I have 3 units. There's one in my living room, and one is in my parents' room, one is in my room. And my mother-in-law also has a unit. My sister-in-law also has a unit. My brother also has a unit. So the unit is 5,158. You can pay by 12-month installment. Each month you're paying about 430 ringgit per month. And Amway is the only model in the market that gives 5 years warranty. All right, the other brand only gives 2 to 3 years only. And I would always say, I would always want to sell the maintenance. And if I tell you, a student who are studying in a university is able to maintain the unit. If I can prove to you, even a student can pay for the maintenance. Again, every one of us here can pay for the maintenance. Okay? So number 1, remember inside got 3 layers of filter. Number 1 is the pre-filter. You need to vacuum or wash when it's dirty. Every 1 month, every 2 months, whenever it's dirty, you can vacuum it. Number 2 is the Hepa filter. If you turn it on for 8 to 10 hours a day, it can last 4 to 5 years. Each time when you change, it costs about 595 ringgit, 600 ringgit lah. And then the third layer is the carbon filter for the order. If you turn it on for 8 to 10 hours per day, it can last 1 to 2 years. Each unit costs about 400 ringgit. So if we calculate the total 10 years cost, in 10 years, you will need to change 1 piece of HEPA. The one that you get with the unit lasts 5 years. After 5 years, you change 1 unit. It will cost 600 ringgit. For carbon filter, you need to change another 4 more pieces. So all in for 10 years, it costs about 220 ringgit per year. 2,200 ringgit per 10 year. 220 ringgit per year. It costs about 60 cents per day to run the unit and to maintain the unit. So imagine this 60 cents is actually helping you to get fresh air. The unit is able to remove all the contaminants in the room. Within 30 minutes, it can filter 465 square feet. It's about the size of a living hall, right? So if you are sleeping for 8 hours in your room, it has helped to change new fresh air in your room for 16 times. So of course, when you wake up, you will feel more fresher, okay? And if we would convert it to a monthly cost, maintenance plus the unit, this is a calculation. Atmosphere sky, 5,158. In 5 years, you need to change 1 HEPA filter. Okay? In 5 years, you need to change 2 carbon filter. This one, I just realized I calculated wrongly already. So you can omit this figure here. Because in the first 5 years, you don't need to change any HEPA filter. Because just now when I show you in 10 years, you need 1 piece of HEPA. So in 5 years, actually, you don't need HEPA, but you need 2 pieces of carbon. So the cost will be 5,158 plus 824. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to. Okay. So this is the actual cost. You don't need to change the HEPA. You only need to change 2 pieces of carbon plus the electricity. So the total cost is about 6,000 for 5 years. So if you divide 6,000 for 60 months, this is 100 ringgit per month. 100 ringgit per month for you to get the best air purifier in the world plus the maintenance. So remember just now the cost for Corway, the Lombok 2, and also for Tuba is also about 5,000 to 6,000 plus. And for Kuku, it's also 5,000 to 5,000 plus. So I would say the cost is about the same after you factor in the maintenance, electricity. So why not you choose a better one? All right. And very, very important for you to learn how to sell stories. Other stories that is happening that can help you to motivate your customers to actually equip with 1 unit now. So Amway has donated more than 250 units to the government hospital, including the leading hospital to treat COVID, Hospital Sungai Buloh. So why is Amway doing all this? Because atmosphere is proven to be able to remove viruses. This is in Singapore hospital. This is in a hospital in Thailand. This is in an ICU ward in PPUM. This is in a Kepong traditional Chinese medical center. So you can see there are many units in the hospital, in the wards, in the customer waiting area. So these are some of the things that the owner can do to help to protect the employees and also to raise the image of the service. So it can be in anything. It can be in restaurant. It can be in pharmacy. It can be in hospital. It can be in clinics. It can be in cafe. It can be in school. So there are many possibilities. So try to think out to be creative. Who are the ones who need? Do you have any connection with this owner or not? All right. This is in an international school in Sabah. This is in a coffee cafe. This is in a screening center. This is in a daycare center in Singapore. So parents are very worried to send their children to go to school nowadays. So if the preschool owner are creative enough to get equipped at this period, it can raise the image of the school. If I would like to send my children to go to preschool, one which has the air purifier, the other one don't have the air purifier, I think I would prefer to send my kids to the one that with the air purifier, especially with Amway air purifier, because this is the only model that's certified to remove coronavirus. Okay, and we can also sell Datuk Lee Chong Wei's story. Because like somebody like him, he has all the resources, he has all the money to get the best one for himself. And some of you might know, he was diagnosed with nose cancer before. So if he choose Amway Air Purifier, we can also sell his story that I think this is a very good unit. So this is my final slide. I would say, if you are convinced that you need to get an air purifier, why not you do some survey, you do some comparison in the market, and choose the proven and best one that fit the purpose. We cannot compare price. Some units which are very cheap, if they cannot do their job well, even you get 3 to 5 units, it never do its job well. It's just a waste of money. But if you get a good one, just one unit, get a good one, it can help you to solve your problems. I think it answers all the questions already lah. All right. So that's all for my sharing. I would like to open up for some Q&A. Is there any question that some of you might want to know, might want to ask? Anything that you all want to ask? If you have any questions, you can type in the chat room, or you can unmute yourself. And I just saw one of my business partner, Eddie. Eddie, are you here?
Yeah.
I just want to get Eddie to share some of his experience. So how Eddie made the comparison, how he makes away, and finally, after a long period of time of comparison, he finally decided to buy 3 units at one go in this month, not in this month, in this year during the lockdown period in March. And after that, he was so confident that he started to promote this air purifier very, very effectively. And he managed to do some sales. All right, so Eddie, can you do just a short sharing? Thank you.
Okay, so without any slide, I will just share with you all about my experience. Okay, so actually I've been looking for, thank you for Mintien also to inviting me here. And actually why I looked into Amway Atmosphere Sky. Okay, there are so many brands in the market, and there are so many, so it's a very big wide the price range as well. You can get from few hundred to few thousands. Okay, but why I look into Amway? Actually, I've been searching for air purifier for about 2-3 years. Okay, and my hobby is during weekend, because I work long time in the weekday. So my weekend hobby is to went to the shopping center and go for the electric shop to look for all the electric, and I've been searching for all the air purifiers. And actually I can see even 300 you can get an air purifier, but do you really think it's really capable to remove all the dust? Okay, they didn't show any details about the products. They will just tell you it remove how many percent, 99.7%. Okay, how big is the micron? But after so long, after 2-3 years, why I decide to get Atmosphere Sky, and in one time I get 3 units, not because of I have the money to buy it, okay, but because I trust. Because through Amway, the Atmosphere Sky, actually we can get a lot of the product details and all the test certifications, because I'm from manufacturing sites. Okay, so I am more on those I need to like clarify all the really tested and really efficient. Okay, it really gains my confidence. Okay, so when I get all the information that I want before I purchase, it really gains my confidence, and I make a decision to get 3 units. Okay, 1 for my house, 1 for my parents, and 1 for my office. Okay, so it really shows that from Amway, actually they are really care about consumers. They are not just want to make profit. They are really care for consumers. They are really offering some products. They are really works. And as a few months of the user now, I'm very happy with it. Before that, when I'm sleeping in my bedroom, actually I working is very long hours. So when I'm back home, only sleeping time. Okay. And previously I was very itchy when I sleep during my sleeping time lah. Because since even I changed my bed sheet or the covers, maybe 2 weeks a time, but I still feel itchy during the nights. But since I using the atmosphere sky in my room, I can see it really, whenever I turn on, it really scan a lot of the, the polluted air, because the sensor, I think Mintien did show that the sensor that is showing the 5 level of the sensor, and whenever the first time I'm back home and I turn on the device, it definitely goes to the red.
And can you also share about the amount of dust, the amount of particles that you see from the filter from time to time? Because I did a lot of sharings about his own experience.
Because it's really amazing, because I just, even I only get an additional, and later I get additional unit for only using in my bedroom. I think within 2 weeks, my HEPA filter is from white, the original white, unpolluted, straight away to the gray color. I'm like so shocked with it, because I didn't even know that since I've been in the staying in this bedroom for a few years, I never think that, oh, how come my bedroom is so dusty and so dirty? Because my time in the bedroom is just sleeping time, because my working hour is more than 10 hours, 14 hours. So I won't be spending a lot of time in my bedroom. How come it's so dusty in my room? So after really using it, I really feel amazed with it, and really it's helped. I think about 1-2 weeks later, I never feel any itchy. And at a point I need to add on is because my parents, they bought a Rainbow vacuum machine. Okay, everyone know that Rainbow is ready, keep advertising that they can remove the bed bug from your bed. So previously, actually, when I feel itchy, I even use the Rainbow device to vacuum the bed, the mattress, but end up it doesn't help. I still feel itchy, but after using the atmosphere sky, just for 1 to 2 weeks, I never feel any itchy until today. Okay, so it's really the product convinced me. Okay, not to say the price is high, because the price is high because it's value for the money. So if you compare with the market, few hundreds you can get, but not necessarily they will remove what they say. But for Amway, they did mention, because they are really certified and tested. Only they dare to promote it up. Okay, so is there anything I need to touch up, Mingtian?
Yeah, I think very good sharing. I would say in the market, there are people who want to look for cheap product lah. And there are also people who look for quality product. So we cannot have the entire market. As long as you can get this certain niche market who are looking for quality product, are willing to pay the price, pay for the quality, pay for the value, these are your true market, right? So to answer Yan Jing question, if using the air purifier, can we clean the house less frequently since it removes dust particles? So my answer to this is I consider it a yes. Because if you look at the amount of dust that it can remove in the air purifier, it will really, really shock you. Eddie can send you some videos, some pictures of his own room. I can also send to you. I think I mop my room about once a week, but it's still very, very dusty. Very, very dusty. So imagine if we don't use an air purifier, our whole family are breathing in the small particles. Our lungs are doing the job, right? So any other questions aside from Yanjing question? The rest of you, no more? Okay, if no more, then I would like to end the session for today. Thank you so
Hi,
much.
Mintien. Sorry, can I ask you a question, Shalini here? I'm
Yeah,
driving,
sure.
so I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the air purifier, right? Can we turn it on the whole day, 24 hours a day?
Yes, why not? So you can turn it on the whole day. So our motto is made from Germany. It's a very, very good motto. Even you turn it on for 24 hours a day, for 365 days, it won't burn the engine, it won't burn the motor. It comes with a 5 years warranty. But when you turn it on for 24 hours, of course, you expect a faster change in your filter. Because the filter change, it depends on the usage and the speeds. If you turn it on maximum, it has a speed 1 to speed 5. If you turn it on at maximum speed 5, and you turn it on for 24 hours, of course, you need to change the filter more frequently, earlier than the 5 years that I mentioned. Yeah. So
Okay. Thank you.
I answer your question, yeah?
Yeah. Thank you.
So for me, I have it in my bedroom. When I'm in the room, I will turn it on. When I'm out of the room, I will turn it off. I don't turn it on 24 hours unless when one time when I actually painted my room, then the chemical and the smell is very strong. I leave it on for a few days before I go back into the room.
And it really works.
Yeah. Okay, final call. Any more questions? Okay, so listen to my advice. Go and collect some data from a competitor. Go and touch their filters. You must touch it, and then you must feel the Amway filter. After you feel it yourself, when you tell about this comparison to your customer, the story that you can tell is different. If you don't touch their filter, when your customer tell you, they are all the same. You got 3 layers, they also got 3 layers. But how come their price only 2,000? How come your price 5,000? Then you also don't know what to say. But if you feel the filter, you can tell about the difference and you can encourage them to go and feel it. I often tell my customer, you go and survey, go and feel. After you feel, I'm very sure you will come back and buy Amway one for the following reasons. Then I give them some support point why you need to choose Amway Air Purifier, right? Okay, I think that's all for today's session. Thank you so much. See you guys. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, MT.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thanks. Bye-bye.